Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of Nindies and Indies, a Nintendo fan podcast. I'm your host, ScrapGear, and joining me, as always, my good buddy, Draco Augustus. How's it going, man?
Hey, it's going good. It's going good. I'm pretty excited right now. Yeah.
So
E3 hype!
So for today's episode, we're going to do our usual. We're going to quickly cover what we've been playing, although a lot of it has to do with some of the E3 stuff that Nintendo showed off just a few days ago. As well as we're going to go in, we're going to use, and we're going to go through, and we're going to talk about, everything that Nintendo showed off during their E3 press conference. Unfortunately, neither of us have had the time to go through and watch all of the day 2 and day 3 tree houses, because those are long.
Yeah.
Those are all day things.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing today? Nothing. I have to watch Treehouse.
You have to watch. Don't you build tree houses? No, not that kind of tree house.
Yeah. You noob.
All right, well, getting right into this, Draco, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I actually picked up my SNES Classic for a little bit, mostly because my son wanted to play on it, and he started playing Kirby Dream Course, and so inherently I had to help him with it, and I started playing Kirby Dream Course while he was on his phone. So I played a little bit of that just to mess around on it, just playing the game, right? And that made me want to play Golf Story, because I still need to finish that. I'm on the final tournament, finally, at the Pro course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that one is rough.
It is. I've had to restart it a few times. But I'll get there. I'll get it. Anyways, other than that, half the stuff at E3 was like, available today, for Nintendo. So I thought that was pretty neat and awesome. So I played some Paladins, and at first I didn't know that you had to go into your email and put in the code for the Founders Pack that you get. And so I was like, what the heck? This is the free to play version. I was like, and I had to go through, and I was like, this is supposed to have all the heroes, right? And I couldn't find them, and so I just played a little bit because I wanted to, and then I looked at I finally ended up checking my email for it, and I was like, oh, okay, and so I got all that.
It says really it right there on the checkout. It's like, be sure to input this code to unlock your Founders Pack.
That was
at checkout, so
I did that several days before I actually went to try to play it. So,
I mean, I did it the day that I bought the Founders Pack, so like a week and a half ago.
Oh, you entered the code?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't even. I wasn't paying attention, obviously. Anyways, I played that a little bit. And I tried out, which I've actually been playing on Xbox too, because a friend of mine's, I've been playing on his Xbox some, and I was like, I had gotten tired of playing Fortnite on his account, so I told him, I was like, I'm downloading Paladins for you, and he's like, okay, what's Paladins? But yeah, and I can't remember the champion's name that I've been playing and liking a lot. She's the dark mage that shoots the orbs and can go invisible. Saris, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is beastie. If you can string together her ultimate with her and you throw her ultimate down. Well, first of all, you go invisible and go behind the whole team. Then you throw your ultimate down, they all get pulled in together like Zarya, so nobody knows what's going on because you're behind them. All of a sudden, they're like, why are we together? And then, or I'm stuck. Anyways, and then you just start hammering them with your basic attack, stacking her little soul drain thing, and then you do that and just get a quad kill. I got to play the game on his account doing that, actually, and it was awesome.
Let's see. I've been playing Saris a lot too. And the build that I've been playing with her, my heal is on a 1.5 second cooldown. So I'm just spamming heals constantly.
Oh yeah.
And then of course
about that.
And of course her level 1 legendary card makes it so that all allies nearby your main target also get healed, so it's just like team heals for days.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see, I need to get into her card builds and stuff too. Which yeah, I forgot to mention she's a support character. That's her main thing. Yet she is a beast and can tear up a whole team.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, she's one of my faves right now. But anyways, so yeah, and then another one of those games that was out today, Fortnite. Been playing a bunch of that, and now my son has a Epic Games account too, and I was playing that with Sosa for a while. We ended up getting like 6 wins yesterday, and we got 4 of them in a row. And then we had my son actually started playing too, and we got him in with us. And it was funny because we would tell him to drop in on a point, which we'd be trying to go to risky reels, and then so we'd put the point there, and he would go to press B to back out of the map. Well, that's not what you press to back out of the map. You press the map button to back out of the map. If you press B, you jump out of the plane. So you just start falling, and we look back and we're like, oh, okay, well. And then sometimes we would jump in and just try to protect him there, but that never went well. What went best, which was surprising, every time he did that, we would still go to our place and loot everything. He would end up making it like across the map to us alive somehow. And we're just like, how is he doing this? Like, and yeah, we ended up getting second place with him in our squad at one point too, which was kind of neat. But it like my wife told me that she was with him, like kind of helping him do what. We were actually even on the phone for a while too with her, so she'd kind of tell him what to do. And she'd be like, okay, you got a bush, just hide in the bush when they get into a gunfight. So, cause you know, when he would shoot, like he would end up being a good distraction for us sometimes, but also, you know, we wanted him to stay alive. So
yeah,
it was a pretty fun experience having the two of us trying to get him through, especially cause it'd be me and Sosa going up against a team of 4 most of the time. So it was tons of fun, lots of fun. And hey, guess what? Voice chat works for Fortnite.
Yep.
We found this out because Sosa decided to put earphones in just so he could hear better, and he started talking to me, like just sitting right next to him, and I started hearing him echo onto my Switch. I was like, whoa.
Oh, you didn't hear about them implement the yeah, there was something, I think it was later in the treehouse on the day of the E3 conference, their press conference. They said that, you know, coming, I think it was on Thursday, that voice chat would be implemented in-game voice chat for Fortnite.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear anything about it. It totally caught me off guard. I was just like, whoa, I hear an echo. Is that voice chat? Voice chat's here? What? Like, there's voice chat on the Switch?
Oh,
not on
man.
the Switch, but on a game on the Switch. So
yeah,
it's doable. One way or another, it's doable. If only it were like, that's the only thing that Nintendo should have done, is made it Bluetooth accessible for headphones, or like, so. But yeah. Anyways, that's about it. Lots of Fortnite. Just I've gotten better at it now. So like I said, we got some wins doing doubles. And yeah, that's been a good time, man. Like I never thought I'd really get into that game, but the building it's very intimidating to see other people doing it. But once you actually get going, it's pretty easy to pick up. I'm just not good at doing it fast and on the fly like other people are quite yet. Like I can do it quicker than I could before, you know, but I can't like build a 10-story fort with like things coming off the ends like in 30 seconds like other people can.
Yeah.
Sosa, he can do that. But I even remember when he was just starting Fortnite, and he was like, I kind of don't like Fortnite because I don't like the building. It's kind of dumb. And now he's just like this like master. He's a master builder.
Yeah, as far as for me, I started off the week. I was determined to finish the Chaos Trials in Wizard of Legend at least once, and I did. I did it finally. It took me, I think, my final count when I finally finished the Chaos Trials was 19. It took me 19 tries to get through from beginning to end. Yeah. And then I went through another time. It was just a build that someone was trying out that I saw on a YouTube video. I was like, that actually seems kind of interesting. I should give that a shot. And I tried it the way that he tried it originally, where you start off. There's this one item or artifact that you can get. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it triples the critical hit rate. Triples the critical hit chance for any melee spell that you use. And a lot of wind spells are melee. And so there was this setup with that, and because I had beaten the Chaos Trials, I got one of the Chaos Arcana, which are super special ones, and I got the Dash one, luckily. I don't know if it's random or if you get them in a particular order, but the Dash one lets you teleport between spots, so you can actually dash to avoid enemy attacks. If they're like an AoE, you can dash and not get hit by them at all. That's one of the things that got me a few times on my original tries. But I had tried that. I didn't get very far because I'm still not a super great player at that game. So I was like, you know what? High critical hit chance, like maybe I'll get really lucky and at some point in my run I'll find that katana thing. But I'm going to try this melee build with the vampire glasses on, which is what I used for my first time through. Any critical hit you get, you recover HP. The very first floor, he had that katana item. So I got a lot better healing. And like the items that I found throughout the course of the rest of it, I hit a point where I was pretty much critting on every single hit. So I was just constantly healing HP. I was just like, yes! And
heals for days.
The problem with it was I got to the... So when you enter the Chaos Trials, you fight through 2 floors, and then you fight a boss, depending on... And there's 3 main bosses. One's water, one's earth, and one's fire. And I think that was actually the order that I fought them in on that melee run that I did fairly well on and got all the crit stuff. I really like fighting the ice one last, because they get to use... whoever you fight third gets to use their signature spell twice, and that's usually like the big damage ones that like will mess up an entire run. I have decided that I can manage with any of them except for Zeal. She's the fire mage, and that's because her special, she just rains meteorites and giant fireballs down everywhere. And even with my teleporting dash, like, I took a ton of damage fighting her. Yeah. And then I went to go fight the final boss, and like I got him to his second form, and I started hitting him there, but like I just got wiped. And I was just like, it was so close.
Nice.
But yeah, so I finally beat that. I played it a little bit throughout the course of the week, and I'm like, I finally beat it. I'm okay for now. Like, I don't need to go hardcore on it anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of like, but for what we do, we kind of just need to get through the game.
But it is still a fun game, and I have booted it up a couple of times just to be like, let's see. I saw the. Yeah, I was poking around on YouTube. I saw this other really kind of interesting build, and it was called like the Aura build. Pretty much, there's an artifact that creates a fire aura around you. All enemies within that start taking damage, and then you use 2 of the other spells. The one was like a spinning icicle thing, and then there was I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it pretty much, you create this circle of electric pinballs around you, and as they hit stuff, they'll bounce between enemies. So, and then like the guy got it was, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's pretty much it creates a circle of earth shields around you. So you're constantly just like, anybody within a circle around you is just constantly getting smashed.
Nice.
So I tried that one out, and I was being lazy and not trying very hard, and I got smoked on the second floor. I was like, I'm okay. I can put this down. Other than that, like, aside from what was announced at E3, like I played a bit more Axiom Verge. I finally figured out where I needed to go and what I needed to do to get just a little bit further. So I've now beaten 3 bosses. I don't know how many bosses are in this. It's just a matter of being like, can I get through here? Okay, now I can get through here. Okay, good. And like
with games like that, like even like Super Metroid and stuff, were kind of like it's like you almost need to take notes.
Yeah.
Well, be like, okay, here it seems like I need a rocket to get through that door, or just or figuring out what beam you need, or
Yeah, like I hit a point where I was like, "Ooh, wait, I finally got, this thing. Like that's something I needed way back in this." And then I try to go back there and I can't jump high enough to get back to the beginning areas. I'm like, "Well, how do I get back there? Do I go this way?" Nope, I can't jump high enough for that one either. And then like I hit another point. It's like I'm pretty sure this is the area that I'm supposed to be in, but I can't go anywhere. Forgetting that I had I picked up one of the items you get is like this lab coat that allows you to phase through thin walls. So as long as they're like 1 block walls, you can just phase through them.
Okay.
I didn't realize that that's anything that's 1 block wide. So like there was a laser beam barrier that I couldn't get past. And I'm like, well, how do I get by here? And just one point, I'm like, I'm just going to try this. This probably isn't going to work. And then I phased through it, and I was like, ha ha ha. Okay.
Wait, how many doors like that have I passed not thinking I could get through?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I played a little bit more of that. The only other thing that I've been playing a ton of this week is Paladins.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man.
Which, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten on to play with you yet. I've just been engulfed in Fortnite.
I went to go start up Fortnite once, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's like 11 o'clock at night. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, you don't want to start that late. That's dangerous.
I think what ended up happening is like, I'm not quite tired. I'll play a little bit more Axiom Verge. I played a little bit more Axiom Verge, and then I played like 3 AI matches of Paladins because I was like, I got some time. I'm still a little awake.
Another awesome thing that happened with Fortnite, I don't know what it is about this game, but my wife hates watching me play video games, right? That's like the last thing she would want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I played it it came out on my birthday, so I played it in the bedroom just while she was on her phone and stuff, and she started like telling me, it's like, oh, you should try going here. And I was like, what? And it's like, yeah, there. So she's watching me and trying to and say like, oh wait, back up, what was that? Try. She's learning the game and watching me play it. So I was like, okay, she's just do it. So the next night, not my birthday night anymore. She's like, are you gonna play Fortnite tonight? I was like,
nice.
Yes. So it's fun that she enjoys doing that with me, and it's funny because she'll get frustrated that I'm like, because I'll get flustered. Like I got several games that night. I got like second place, right? And I did like when people start rushing me, and I'm like, oh, I need to switch to this gun, and I end up accidentally changing the building stuff, and I'm like, oh wait, and then it's like, I probably should have built something, but I keep trying to switch back to my gun, and so just like I'm like and just trying to jump at the same time so they can't shoot me. So I'm just like spazzing out, and one of the last people alive, and then I lose. And she's like, you just need to get better at that. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so.
But yeah, so I haven't played Fortnite yet. I do have it on my Switch, and one of my daughter's classmates is, I'm like, have you tried Fortnite yet? She's in 2nd grade. I'm like, so we're gonna set her up with a Nintendo account and an Epic account so that she can try it out. We only have 1 Nintendo Switch. At some point we'll get 2, I'm sure, but it's not going to be for Fortnite.
It's pretty fun though, man. Like, cause
I'll see how I feel when I actually get into play it. But back to Paladins, the game that I have actually played.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of went off the rails there.
I
have another thing to go off the rails a little bit, but you go ahead. It's about voice chat. My wife sent me a link.
Oh, okay.
She heard us talking about voice chat, and she was like, "Oh, look, there's this."
Go ahead.
Okay.
As well.
It's a dongle for the Switch that makes it Bluetooth enabled.
Okay.
But which I put it in the chat. I put it in our chat if you want to look at it. It looks like it just connects to the bottom of the Switch, which I haven't actually like looked into it, but so from what it looks like, it it just plugs into the bottom of the Switch, which at that point it's kind of like, well, then I can just plug my headphones in.
Yeah.
You know, I want Bluetooth where I can yeah, oh yeah, and it's a Kickstarter, so it's not available yet.
Of course.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to be able to like sit on my bed or in on
and
the
be
couch
able to and not have like a
and
30-foot auxiliary cable.
yeah. So that's what we need, is a dongle that'll hook up to the dock. So Bluetooth is what it needs to hook into.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that there are Bluetooth to that Switch dock, USB-C. That's the connector. Yeah, USB-C, aren't there? Is there?
I think so. Yeah.
So maybe that would work. I don't know, but it's something that somebody needs to do. I thought that's what Astro was going to do, and then they're like, "Oh, it has the same thing that the Splatoon 2 headset has, an adapter that goes from your phone to the Switch."
There have been people that have found that what was it? I think it was the PlayStation headset, Bluetooth headset, will connect to the dock, and you'll be able to play it that way. But I don't know if voice chat would work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wonder Fortnite would be the game to test it on, since it actually has voice chat.
And since I have a Bluetooth Turtle Beach PlayStation headset, we'll have to find out. Try
it out, man.
Yeah. I'll have to find that video again to see what I need to do.
Yeah, no, okay. So Sosa has some Astros, and the base of it plugs into an audio jack.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's all you need. You can set the base next to your Switch dock and plug the Astros in there.
There you go.
And then it's Bluetooth. I don't know if it would interact with the phone, but that should work for your Switch on Fortnite. So you don't have to. So the only way you can have voice chat on Fortnite isn't, in handheld mode.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Fortnite works like so good on the Switch. Like I was surprised it was working so well. Like I know it's only 30 frames per second, and I think it goes up to 900p, but that's still pretty darn good. Because I mean, like, I was just playing on Xbox too, and it's not that much different. There is a noticeable difference, but it's still tons of fun. It's real crisp. Like as far as like gameplay goes, like there's not a whole lot of lag in your bullet time or shooting. As far as leading your targets, it's great, man. Like I bought the battle pass because it was working so good, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna end up putting time into this.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Back to Paladins. Paladins works fantastically well on the Switch as well.
Yes.
And like I've been trying to get the daily quest done for the past couple of days. Like the first day that it came out, I didn't manage to do it because by the time I sat down to go and do stuff, it was too late and I was tired. So I didn't finish it on the first day, but I've been doing all 3 daily quests all the days after that. And I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt right now about one of the quests that I swapped out yesterday. One of them was get 150 eliminations. And I'm like, well, like, I play a lot of support characters. I don't get a ton of eliminations.
Well, it counts
it counts as assists, too.
I mean, for assists, yeah. It counts for achievements. What?
I figured that out when I was doing a test game as Grover, trying to see how Grover plays. And it was like, you have 51 eliminations. I was like, no, I don't. Like, my attack speed is super slow. I think even if you're
healing somebody and they kill somebody, that's an assist that you get a kill for too, isn't it?
Well, Grover gets tons of assists because he has that passive heal.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's like Lucio almost, with just like an area of effect around him constantly.
I need to get him up to level 8 so I can get his legendary card that doubles the passive healing, so it goes from 80 to 160 per second, and increases the range by 50%.
Oh, heck yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing a couple of different characters. I'm like, okay, if this is anything like my mindset into this should be anything like it should be the same as Overwatch. Like have at least 1 or 2 heroes in every class to be able to play as. of course, I have Maeve because Maeve is one of my favorites. For healers, I'm in a toss up between Maldamba and Grover right now, but I'm really digging Genos and Saris. Those are both awesome.
Genos is cool.
Genos is awesome. His heal is really nice because you can because it tells you where your allies are as long as they're within range. And I've got I've got one of his cards that increases the range of being able to tack on their heal, and he can do it through walls. So,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And his ultimate goes through walls too, which is pretty rad. I got a good triple kill with that one time.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. I have a couple of screenshots from death matches where I got play of the game.
Oh, nice. Does it record? Can you record Paladins?
You can.
Yeah, you can record Fortnite too. I was like, because I remember I did something, and I was like, oh man, too bad I can't record that. And I was like, wait, I haven't actually tried recording it on Fortnite. And then I just did it just while it was in the load screen. Yeah. And I was like, it worked.
I think I need to relearn how to do that, or how to use the recording function.
You just hold it down for a few seconds. Hold down the button instead of just click it once.
Okay. And it records like the last 30 seconds or...
Yeah.
Okay. So I may have I got play of the game as I was trying out Terminus, who he's like the big guy with the axe. I got a triple kill, or maybe it was a quad kill.
Doesn't he have a cool like grapple?
He does not. That's Khan. That is
Khan.
That's
Khan. Okay. Yeah. There's a bunch of new characters from when I like played this game heavily.
But yeah, so like my two main front lines, and I've been having the most fun playing front lines. So the fact that you've been enjoying playing Saris and I've been enjoying playing front lines is, it's a switch up from
good combo.
Overwatch, because usually I play support and you play tank.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Khan and Ashe are my two favorite characters to play as right now.
Ashe is cool. She's the one that like can jump and plant the flag. Right. Yeah, she's cool.
I have two builds. Well, I have three builds on her right now. One is a build that I've seen from that a pro player uses. I found on a website that I think is outdated. I think the way that they let people build the characters on there is kind of because it's based off the old system where like you had like 25 points and you could go and use some of the rarer cards, but they used up a lot of points for it. Whereas now you have access to all the cards and you can level that card up to like power level 5, and that uses up 5 of your 15 points. So I've got a pro player one that I was using for a while, and then I've made two other ones, and they're great. One of them is great for Siege, but the first one is just a self heal. I haven't played with that one much, but I watched a guy play it, and like the only reason he died is because he got hit by emoji ult and then was insta killed.
Which where he turns a chicken?
No, emoji is the little guy that rides around on the 2-headed turtle dragon, turns him into a cookie, and then eats the cookie, and it's an insta kill. But I haven't tried out that one. The one that I have tried a lot, that I've played a lot since I built it and have been using it, I call it the knockback queen. I have the two of her cards that increase the knockback by like 32%. If you hit someone with a shoulder charge, they get knocked like almost 150 meters away.
Jeez.
It's great.
Yeah, there's so much to do in that game. Like so many builds to play with and stuff, and like the game gets hated on for being a Overwatch copy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like there's so much more depth than Overwatch. Like Overwatch is a much more simplified. This is way more into the MOBA region of things than
Overwatch. You build your team with your, if you're playing with a full group of 6, you build your team around like, okay, this is what I'm good at, this is what they're good at, like this is what we do. Whereas in Paladins, like everyone goes and they picks their champions, but then you go and just like, okay, well this is what the enemy team's loadout or squad is set up as. I'm going to use this loadout for this character. So I'm going to so like they have a lot of like not heavy damage, like heavy quick damage, but they have a lot of like damage over time stuff. So like I'll play self heal. so that way I can alleviate some of that stress off of my healer, and like some of that kind of stuff. So like there's a lot more that goes into Paladins, which is one of the reasons I think I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt that I haven't played it more. But I'm glad that it's on the Switch now and I can play it on there.
Yeah, for sure. And it runs great too. Like, I mean, just like the Xbox.
Yeah. There are some loading issues, and then I've had the game freeze on me a couple of times, especially when I'm in the store. Like, I go to see if I have a chest that I can open, and I'll go to switch tabs, and it's just like, no, not... Okay, yeah, now you can go.
There's some issues like that on Xbox too, though, every now and then. Yeah. It definitely has a few glitches and stuff that it'll do. But, I mean, we've got a first-person hero shooter on the Switch now.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Also, I'm excited, and in about, let's say about 3 weeks, just under 3 weeks, the newest patch for Paladins is coming to Xbox and Switch. For some reason, like, they were having troubles with it, so it got released on PlayStation, I think, yesterday. It's been on PC for a few days now. And then because of that, like the delay, and the next time, the next big patch that's coming out is coming out on the 27th. So Xbox and Switch are supposed to get that update on both updates on the 27th, but that adds another new hero. I'm just like, yes. And it's the one that I'm really excited for. It's Furia. She's like a flying, attacking, healing Valkyrie of death and salvation.
Wow, that was an excellent description.
Yes. But yeah, so Paladins is really the only other thing that I've been playing this week. So, without further ado, let's get into our E3 Nintendo press conference breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I failed to take notes during the press conference, also because like I woke up like 10 minutes before it went off, and I had only slept like an hour the night before, so I took like a short 20-minute nap. So I forgot to take notes, and it was your birthday, so you're like, wait, just let me watch this. So we are using... Kotaku put up a list of like a lot of the stuff that Nintendo showed off during their press conference, as well as some things that they trickled out throughout the course of the next couple of days. So we're just going to go down this list. First thing that they showed... technically the first thing they showed was a trailer for a game that I'm really excited to see more on, but we're going down this list. So the first thing on the list is Super Mario Party.
Yes.
Yeah, that one, I was like, oh, that's cool, like Mario Party. My family has a temper. I'm not buying this game because unless I get Nerf grips for everything, like there's no way I'm going to play this at home with people who are like, no, I don't want to play it
Throw
anymore.
the Joy-Con across the room.
Well,
hey, if it makes Fiona you feel any better, the Joy-Cons are pretty tough. They
are pretty tough, but I don't want to take the chance that like Fiona's playing it in handheld mode and just throws the whole thing on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Because she used to play Mario Party 10 on the Wii U, and that happened one time. Like, she played like 3 games in a row, and like within 3 turns, Bowser won. So she got upset, and luckily she tossed the Wii U pad onto the couch because of the way that she was sitting. But I was just like, no more Mario Party 10 for you. You're not playing anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it though. Like the mechanics look great. Like of course they're using like all the technology in the Joy-Cons. When they were doing the little tricycle game, it looked fun.
Yeah,
you know,
there was the
like
tricycle game, the tank game where they connected 2 undocked switches to make a full battle arena.
Yeah, that
was pretty cool.
And I would imagine that's not the only minigame that uses that, that utilizes that too. So I'm definitely looking forward to see more out of that. And yeah, I mean, it really looks like it's bringing the classic Mario Party to the Switch, but using that technology to do the simple things like, you just like twist the Joy-Con real fast to do the tricycle, almost like you're pedaling, like just, which I know it's an audio podcast. People can't see me doing this, but watch the thing and you'll see.
Yeah. Did you see the screenshot of someone being like, "How can Goomba do this? He has no arms," and it's the picture of him on the tricycle race?
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna get that one for sure. I used to play Mario Party on the game. The GameCube was the one that we were really into because we played on road trips and stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I will pick this up if you go and you pick it up and you tell me that there are you can team up with people, and have teams of 2 go and see who wins. Because the Mario Party that I actually had the most fun with, that my wife and I played a lot, I think it was Mario Party 6 on the GameCube, because that allowed team-ups. So I didn't have to be nice to her in the mini games, and I could just unceremoniously
do your best,
knock everything out of the park, and just do the best I could, because she's like, well, I mean, you beat me, but we'll win in the end. Then of course she hated me because every time when you finish, it says, "You're a superstar." And I'd be like, "Look at us, we're superstars." And she's like, "Stop that."
Yeah, from what it looks like, it will, because with it will have teams, because with the baseball game, they were kind of they had 2 switches, one was
that may be on that mini game.
Yeah, maybe just that mini game, but I don't know.
And there probably are going to be other mini games that are like that, but it'll be random every time, I would think. But
yeah, maybe.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yep, we will. And I love the name, because they didn't do Mario Party Switch or anything
Mario
like that.
Party 13,462.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought Super Mario Party was a pretty great name.
All right, next up, we've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2: Torna, the Golden Country. So the big story DLC that Monolith Soft was talking about is coming out in September, and I am really excited for this.
Everything I see about this game makes me want to get it.
Whenever you can get it, you need to get it, and you need to buy the season pass, because DLC Blades have all been awesome. Poppy Buster is one of them, and Poppy Buster is excellent. And then this story DLC is awesome. It also gives you access to challenge mode, which I guess came out yesterday. And you get Shulk as a blade.
I was gonna say that it had Shulk in it, which he's from the original Xenoblade Chronicles, right? Which I thought that was pretty cool, especially since he's coming to. He'll be in Smash Brothers Ultimate and all that stuff.
Yeah, which we'll get into.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how that now it's well, do I need to play the first one to see, since now he's gonna be in this one?
Well, there was a lot of speculation that it's possible that Adam the story DLC is focusing around the past conflict that you hear about a lot throughout the course of the entire game, and the hero of the world was Adam, which was Mithra/Pyra's original driver.
Okay.
And so this is going to be focusing on that. The thing is, we finally get to actually see Adam, and there was a lot of speculation that it was possible that Adam may have been Shulk, but from the looks of it, it doesn't look like that's the case.
He just gets the blade, I guess.
Well, I mean, Rex is the one. You can give the blade to anybody. I saw a video. It's how to make Shulk broken, and it was Morag using Shulk's weapon. So I don't know. I will have to let you know when September comes around. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I still need to finish my New Game Plus. I've just been I've played it. I played it a ton. I can one orb shot the toughest boss in the game. So I was I'm gonna take a break from it for a while. And then I was playing Kirby. I was playing Curse of the Moon, Wizard of Legend. Now a ton of Paladins. So Xenoblade is kind of taking a little bit of a backseat. But I think when I'm not playing Paladins, or when I don't have a significant internet connection, I'll probably switch back over to Xenoblade. and just kind of go back and forth between Paladins and Xenoblade.
So many games.
Yeah.
Speaking of so many games.
Speaking of so many games, a game I was really excited that they finally showed off some for, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. The Fire Emblem Switch game. I was like, yes! Finally! But unfortunately...
That was one of your predictions, wasn't it?
That was one of my predictions, that they were going to show that off. But yeah, I'm curious to see more about it. It looks to be a bit different from the standard Fire Emblem, because it looks like you're also controlling troops, and even if you have, like, from what I saw, it looks like even if you have a weapon advantage, like you're a sword going up against an axe, if your troop formation isn't set up the right way, going up against the enemy troop, like you'll take more damage that way and you won't have advantage. They very much glossed over it. I gotta see if they've got some more on it, but from the looks of it, like, I can't wait for it because it's Fire Emblem and it's on the Switch.
Yeah. I thought you'd be excited about that one.
Yeah. No surprise. Next thing on their list, and we've already talked about this a lot, Fortnite was announced officially for the Switch and was available to play that same day.
Like the next hour. Yeah, that was a good one. I think just about everybody predicted that one, though.
Yeah, like as soon as the Paladins official launch trailer, or the teaser announcement trailer came out, everyone was like, this means that leak was true. Like, Fortnite for Switch confirmed. Yeah. And so, I'll get around to trying out Fortnite at some point. Who knows? Yep. The next thing they announced is that Hollow Knight was officially released on the Switch. It was an indie game that's been out for a while, and I've seen some other people play it, and it looks really, really good.
It
it's
has great art style and stuff.
It's right up our alley for, this, like, the kind of things that we look for like, fun, interactive, really well made indie titles. Yeah. And I'm really excited. I don't know when I'm going to be able to pick it up, but I want to pick it up so bad.
I know, right? And that was another one. Available today.
Yeah. So, the next thing that we got on this list, and this was the big thing, like, everyone assumed that this was going to be here. If it wasn't going to be here, like, there was going to be riots.
Yeah.
And that is...
Well, it was like, they're having an invitational for it, so there's no way it's not going to be there.
Yeah. Again, like, if it hadn't been there would have been riots.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. So we finally got an official title.
Great name, by the way. Yeah. Great title.
Great name. And, like, there are still some people that are like, oh, this is just a port of the Wii U version. No, this is a new Smash game. Like, did you not see the anti-Ultimate Smash Ball?
Yeah, it was like a fake one, right?
Yeah, it was a fake one.
And it just killed you once you got it.
Yeah. So you got to be careful about those. But, like, the biggest thing, and the thing that I am so excited about, is just the massive roster in this game. Every single character that has ever been in a Smash game as a playable character is in this game.
Yes.
Now,
which it's 64 total heroes. But you start off with 8. The original 8 from the first Super Smash Brothers.
And you got to work your way through. I'm really hoping that they do
awesome.
Something like Subspace Emissary, where, like, there's some kind of story mode. Because that would be just amazing.
Yeah, I would imagine that they will do that, because it's been being asked for a lot. It seems like a lot of people missed out on that on the Wii U version, from what I've heard, at least. I know I would have, because I liked it in Brawl a lot. Like, the kids will still play that. But yeah, what I think they'll do for that is, like, in a direct, they'll be like, they'll just, like, put a trailer in there for it, or something like that, like, later on down the line, closer to launch. I think, at least. Derek.
Okay. So I was right. Sorry. I wanted to double check something. So there are 64 characters, but
Yes.
there are 64 different fighting styles. There are actually going to be 67. Well, sorry, because they also announced Ridley, and I don't know if Ridley was on this list. I don't see him on their list. I could be wrong. I may have completely missed it. But there were 65. No, I don't think there are. So there's 65 characters because they announced that Ridley is going to be a playable character in the Smash game. But that's the full 64 or 65 doesn't count the Echo characters. So there's actually 68 different characters to play as.
Yeah.
Because there's the 3 Echo characters like Lucina, Dark Pit, and Daisy.
And Daisy, yeah.
Yeah. And that's something that a lot of people have been glossing over. They're like, oh, there's 65 characters. I'm like, yeah, there's 65 fighting styles for characters. But that's not including the Echoes.
Yeah.
Which is... I think it's interesting that they called them the Echo characters. Because, I mean, that is pretty much what they are. I think their stats are a little bit different. Like, I think Lucina is a little bit faster, but she hits a little bit weaker than Marth does. I could be wrong. I've never done a side-by-side comparison. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I am wicked excited for this, and it's like, It's like, yeah. And it comes out on my mother's birthday, so I was like, hey, Mom, happy birthday. Want to play some Smash?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't even know what's this button do? It's like, I don't know. You'll figure it out.
It's like, just start mashing them.
But yeah, like that was the biggest announcement, and I was really excited to see all that stuff. However, I don't think I needed to see like half an hour of it.
Yeah, that was a lot. It was kind of like, which I actually heard somebody else say this, couldn't have that been in the treehouse for like all the different characters?
That was the thing. Like, they finished up the main E3 press conference, and then they went and they did more in the treehouse. They talked more Smash in the treehouse. I'm just like,
we
why?
just got talked. We got talked to death about that already. Which, yeah, I mean, I knew they wanted to focus on Smash, but this was like focusing on Smash.
Yeah.
There were some disappointments. Like, I wanted to see a Metroid Prime 4 teaser at least. Besides just the logo.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about our overall impressions of the E3 conference after. So next thing is the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Got released yesterday.
Next day, it was the 13th.
It was the 13th. Okay, so
was that yesterday? I don't know.
It was 2 days ago.
Okay.
As we're recording this, it was 2 days ago. Yeah. So I'm a little bummed that I haven't gone and picked up the Octo expansion yet. I don't know when I'm going to be able to, but have you had the chance to play it yet? I
started it, as in literally, I just saw the first sentence of the first thing, and then I was asked by Sosa, "Hey, you want to play some Fortnite?"
And you're like, "Yeah, okay, I'll play Fortnite."
Yeah, I was like, I'll hold this off until I don't have other people to play with, because it's a single player experience.
Mm-hmm.
But me and him did talk, but we were like, man, just because we have Fortnite now, we can't forget about Splatoon 2. We'll have to get in there and get good again, and go in for some doubles, some ranked doubles, or league doubles.
Yeah, and of course, with that, they also announced 3 Octoling amiibos coming.
Yes.
And I'm just like,
my goodness.
I'm wondering if they'll do the 3-pack again, or if they'll do the individuals. Because if they do the individuals, the only one I want is the actual Octoling, the Octoling octopus.
That's the octopus.
Yeah. Just because the Inkling Squid one is my favorite one, and I'm still looking for, I think it's the orange and purple. I think are the 2 other colors.
Yeah,
I just want to get those different colors. I have the green.
I have the orange and purple. I don't have the green one.
Well, I mean, I think it's the orange one is just a recolor of the green one.
Yeah, it is.
So you can get all the stuff in there. So I guess I don't need the orange one, but I need to get the purple one.
I need the green one. I want to complete the collection. I also need the Callie and Marie, and then the Pearl and Marina. And then now these. I wanted them all.
I know this is a personal thing, but like, I know everyone always calls her Marie, but I've always
Mari.
call them Callie and Mari because it's calamari.
Calamari, yeah.
Which makes sense. But
yeah.
I guess. So last few things that they showed off some Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and they did show off the wild encounter, well, quote unquote wild encounter set up for the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu.
Do they do that in the treehouse?
They do it in the treehouse. I saw that YouTube video and I was like, they have 45 minutes. If they don't show what a random encounter looks like, I'm going to be really upset. And it was pretty much like right at the beginning, and it plays exactly like Pokemon Go. You throw a berry to try to increase your chances of catching them, and then you just throw the Pokeball like you would in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, and that attracts the Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
But when you do trainers, it's like a battle.
It is a battle, yes.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And maybe they will bring that to Pokemon Go, because that's what a lot of people want, is some trainer battles where you can just like battle other people. I don't know what you would do it for, but I know a lot of people would like to see that.
The more and more I look at this game, the more and more it's definitely here's a stepping stone to get like the youngest generations kind of into Pokemon, giving them an idea of like how to play, because it's like a big tutorial on Pokemon. Because I saw a screenshot that said like the person went to go talk to the guy at the beginning of the Pewter City gym where Brock is. It's like, to be able to fight the gym leader, you need a water or a grass Pokemon before I'm going to allow you to fight him.
Okay.
So like, rather, and like one of the comments under the tweet is like, nonsense, just give me 10 hours in a Charmander to learn Ember and I'll get him eventually. I'm like, that's what I did, but you know, whatever.
Now, did they go over about how the Pokemon are going to be transferable in Pokemon Go or anything?
I didn't watch that far. The other thing that I was curious about was like, well, as you go through, like if there's trainer battles, you're going to need to be able to train your Pokemon. Like, how do you do that? Every time you catch a random Pokemon or a wild Pokemon, you get experience. You also get experience for doing trainer battles as well. And all of that experience is shared with all of them.
Yeah.
With all the Pokemon that you have in your party at the time.
Okay, yeah.
So.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. I do kind of wish you could battle the random Pokemon, but it's like I said, like you said, it's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be good. It'll be fun. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that though, with my family, because we all play Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be fun for us.
I think for us, I do want to get... Oh, and something else that they announced with that is that if you get that Pokeball controller, you get Mew.
Yeah.
Which I was okay, now I mean, I was going to get it because that's a cool aesthetic, but like now I have to get that.
Right.
But yeah, so unless they come out and say, hey, if you don't have, you know, only these Pokemon are catchable in, you know, Let's Go Eevee, and these Pokemon are only catchable in Let's Go Pikachu, then I'll probably get both versions. But until then, I think all I'm gonna do is just get the Pokemon Eevee and just like play it with my daughter, and like we'll take turns and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I think it'll be great both ways, either way you do it, because with being able to play together, like I've said before, I hope I can ride my black Charizard around, but I will have to watch that. I'm going to watch that treehouse.
They did say that like you, no matter what you're doing, depending on which version you have, like Pikachu will always be riding on your shoulder and Eevee's always riding on your head. But then you have another Pokemon that's behind you, or that follows you around. And and there are some that you can ride, some that you can swim on, and you know, fly on, and that kind of stuff. So I can I would imagine that you'd be able to use your Charizard. I don't know I don't know if he stays shiny though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, see, that's my because I don't want it just to be any Charizard. I want it to be my Charizard.
Yeah.
No. It'll be good though. I think it's gonna be fun. What were you getting?
So the next game that they showed off, I did not realize that this was a competitive arcade game before. Just because like growing up, I had very, very few arcades that were nearby me, so I unfortunately missed out on a lot of that arcade experience. But Killer Queen is coming to the Switch later this year as Killer Queen Black. And when I first saw it, I'm like, it's like Joust with bees.
Yeah, yeah. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
They also showed off Overcooked 2 is coming to the Switch. I don't know if they said that Overcooked 2 is going to come to any other system, though. Like it was specifically announced at the Nintendo Switch
during the direct.
So I don't know. If
maybe it'll be on the Switch first and come to other consoles later.
That would be possible.
Yeah.
And then the first game that they technically showed off, because as soon as the direct started up, it went into the trailer for this, and it's Daemon Ex Machina, which is just giant robots fighting even bigger robots, and I'm just like, robots.
Yeah.
I like giant robots probably a little too much.
I think that's a shared love because, man, that game looks cool.
Oh yeah.
Did you play Robotech Battlecry on the game?
I did not.
It kind of looks like that. It was a great game where you can lock onto like 20 different bad guys and like this like huge volley of missiles comes out as your airplane, and then you like turn to mech and start shooting sideways and like that. So this looks like an even higher speed version of that.
Yeah. I played a lot of Armored Core way back in the day.
I was going to say, we discussed that too, and it does look like that game too.
All I can say is if it allows me to build a variation of Gundam Heavy Arms from Gundam Wing, like, I'm down.
Speaking of Gundam and what we've been talking about, did you see the skin for Fernando?
Yes.
That looks like a Gundam? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that came out a while back, but still.
Yeah,
I was just
back when we were doing our Arena Heroes podcast, that was one of the things that was coming out.
Okay, yeah.
So it's been out for a while, but I'm just glad that it's still available, so I can still try and get it at some point.
Yes, yeah.
Let's see, what else did they show off? Oh, they did show off that Dragon Ball FighterZ is actually coming to the Switch. It's not just a rumor, it's official.
Yep. Which is exciting. I knew somebody who was like, I don't know if I want to buy the Switch and if Dragon Ball FighterZ is not coming out on it, and I was like, well, it is now. And he has a Switch now.
Yep. They also talked about a bit more about Octopath Traveler, and they said that a new demo released, which gives you access to all of the characters, and apparently your save will transfer over. But I'm like, do I want to do that now, or do I want to wait?
Right, I feel like if you do everything you can now, and then it goes by the time the game actually comes out, which really it's not that far from now, but
it's a month away.
Would you remember it? Like,
yeah. So I'm I'm on the fence. Like, I really want to, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I should wait. It's coming out in a month. And then they did show off. There was a sizzle reel with a bunch of other third-party games and some ports. I do not have that list in front of me, but yeah, like that's the rundown for the E3 Nintendo Direct.
Let me mention one of those games in the sizzle reel that I'm pretty stoked for that Ubisoft had in their conference.
Oh yeah,
Starlink.
I'm really excited for Starlink too.
Yes. I mean, come on. The Nintendo Switch version comes with a toy R-Wing with Fox as a pilot and another pilot, and then the two weapons, and of course the controller for the Joy-Cons, which will attach the ship to. By the way, this is a Toys to Life game, which looks amazing. It looks like it's going to be Star Fox.
Yeah, this is a very big Toys to Life because, like, you look at the Amiibos, or you look at what was that Disney Skylanders, and then what was the Disney one?
Disney Infinity. Which that's done now. They're not even doing that anymore.
You go and you look at some of those, and like you have the figure, and you put the figure down, and then you get to play as the figure. This one, Starlink, you pick your ship, you pick the weapons attached to your ship, and you pick your pilot, and that's what you're playing as in the game.
Yeah.
So it's
and it
fully
all goes
customizable.
on your controller.
Like,
Which I'm kind of like, is this controller going to be heavy? Like, am I going to get worn out? Like, I wonder if you can use the motion controls and fly the R-Wing. Like,
oh man, like that would be that. I'm hoping that that's what the case is, because like that motion controls is like where I love, or like piloting games is where I love motion controls, because it's just like
heck yeah. Yeah, I get that flying feeling, you know. Like, I don't know.
Also, flying games are the only ones that I play inverted.
Oh yeah, for sure. Although the motion controls, I get thrown off because we'll like kind of trade back and forth with Splatoon, and everybody else can't play with motion controls. And so when I go to play Splatoon without motion controls, I want it to be inverted, because you know, you lean the controller down, and you look down, you lean it back, and but then, you know, not inverted regular controls is the opposite of that. So I get like, oh no, like I get messed up trying to play Splatoon like that. It's funny. Anyways, Starlink looks really cool.
Awesome.
It looks like the Star Fox game that I want.
And speaking of Star Fox is an exclusive character for the Switch version.
Yes.
Because it's supposed to come out on PlayStation and Xbox as well, which I'm curious to see how that will work.
Well, it's the way that I think it's going to be kind of the same way that like the Skylander Superchargers had exclusives for the Wii U version, which was Bowser and Donkey Kong. So I would imagine it'd be kind of like that. Like, you get this ship, which it's your starter ship for the Nintendo Switch starter pack. You'd have to go buy the other ships to use them. And so I think that's just, you play as Star Fox on Nintendo Switch. You play through the story as Star Fox. Maybe. I would imagine that like in the story mode, like it'll be kind of the way that they presented it at the Ubisoft conference, which was they showed off the game, they did a trailer with gameplay and stuff, and then they had like one of the other pilots saying like, oh no, I need help, like I'm about to get shot down, can you help me? And you kind of see this like green screen flash outline of like fox ears and stuff, and then it shows them.
So I figured out how it's going to work for the PlayStation and the Xbox. It plugs into the bottom of the controller.
I see what you're saying. The Toys for Life.
The Toys for Life thing. Yeah, that's what I was curious about, because the Switch makes sense. You just slide the two Joy-Con into the holster thing, and then you play it that
around the toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Joy-Con grip
the Xbox One, it looks like it plugs into the bottom, and then it has a thing on the top of it so that you can still, reach the Xbox button so that you can go to your menu button and still be able to plug it into the top. I would have to say, of all of them, the PlayStation 1 looks the flimsiest, because it only attaches to the bottom of the controller. Hopefully it doesn't fall off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that's, like it does seem like this whole thing is going to be kind of encumbersome. And like, I guess you're not going to be able to use a Pro controller for the Switch, but you know, I mean, it is what it is, but I think it's going to be tons of fun.
And the Switch version is definitely by far the best deal. One, you get the R-Wing, which I mean, the standard ship that you get with all the other ones, it's the same thing with, I think even the R-Wing gets the same weapons. But everybody starts off with the same pilot. Everybody starts off with the same ship, but the Switch is the only one that's going to get the R-Wing and two pilots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the R-Wing only gets two. Only gets two guns. So you trade off a gun for the R-Wing and Fox.
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this. I don't think my wife is going to be very happy.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think
I'm going to have. What the thing is like, I'm going to have to buy 2 sets of some of this stuff, because I'm going to have mine that I don't want to get broken.
One to rock, one to stock.
Yeah. One to rock, one to stock, and by stock I mean, here you go, girls. If you want to play, here's yours. If it breaks, I'm not buying another one.
Right.
So you got to be extra careful. And like I would be nice, and like I'd go out and get like a big lunchbox or something that they can put them in, so when they're done, it's like they go in there and then you put them away, because like I said, if they get broken, I'm not buying another one.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get into our overall impressions of the E3 Direct. Let's start with you.
All right, man. So the Nintendo Direct at E3, I thought was good. It showed a lot of stuff I'm excited about. My only disappointments were that it didn't show a lot of the games that a lot of people were hoping for, like Metroid Prime, Yoshi, which is crazy because there's been, and I heard N64 Josh say it's like that game's got to be finished. They just don't want to put it out yet because there's so many other games coming out, and they kind of be wasting money if if people had to choose between this game and like one of the third-party games, or right now, So, but I mean, it's a lot of stuff we know is coming still, though. Like, we're just gonna have to be patient, which I'm fine with. It just would have been nice to see a little teaser.
Yeah, see a little, give us a little something.
Yeah.
Like I got asked in the Mulehorn Gaming affiliate chat by Thaddeus, like, "Hey, Scrap, what'd you think of the E3 Direct?" And I was like, seeing all the Smash stuff was really cool. I was glad I got to see Fire Emblem. I'm excited for the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC. But overall, I felt like it was kind of a misstep to do what they did, especially like focusing so much on Smash, considering that it was only 45 minutes. Only 45 minutes, but like the EA one was an hour and a half. So and I think like you were saying, I was listening to the Nintendo Powercast episode, and Hate Zero was saying like, okay, to be fair, it was like 26 minutes and like some odd amount of seconds. Like he timed it, so it wasn't a full half hour, but like 26 minutes of a 45-minute press conference is one game, and you're just going through all this stuff that you probably are going to talk about more in the Treehouse right after this. Like freeing up some of that space to show like, hey, here's the Yoshi Woolly Swapper, which I can't remember if we even have an official title for it yet.
We don't.
Okay. I know they had like some kind of working title, but like show a little bit of that and be like coming, this month of this year. Yeah,
it's like next quarter or in the fourth quarter of 2019 or whatever.
Or like coming some February 2019. Like, give us something like that. That way it's not like a specific date, and it's back far enough that they're like, oh, it's not going to interfere with, Starlink. It's not going to interfere with Pokemon. It's not going to interfere with Smash.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's just so many games.
Yeah, it'll be far enough from Smash at that point that, hey, it's fine. But again, like, also what a lot of other people have been saying is like, they didn't show it, like, that probably wasn't their best move. But they also do a bunch of directs throughout the course of the year anyways. Yeah. So we'll get to see more. But yeah, like, again, like big missteps. Nothing on Metroid Prime 4, nothing on Bayonetta 3.
Nothing on the app.
Nothing about, that's another one that a lot of people have been complaining about.
Yeah, they want to hear about, like, okay, what are we going to pay for? Let's hear some more about it. Like, I like that they're starting to. But I bet that'll have its own direct or something too. Or
closer to when it releases.
They're going to tell us about it. It's going to happen. We know it's happening. That's another one of those things. It's just also something that they could have put a little bit of something about each of these things in and just cut off like 15 minutes of the Smash Brothers thing. You
could have cut off like all the new stuff with all the different characters that you did. Like, oh, when you use Mega Man's, Super Smash move, it now has Proto Man and Bass in it. It's like, okay, that's something that you could have saved for later.
Yeah, exactly. They got in a little bit too much detail about each individual like new addition to where it was kind of like, that's cool, but I feel like that, like you said, that could be saved for later in a more detailed thing, where this is like, we just want to see like a cool trailer, and we want to see like, oh, all the characters are here, which they did, but then they like just kept going.
Yeah, like if they had gone and done that and then like explained like the Echo characters and then the two other characters that were also coming to Smash, Ultimate and then moved on to something else, or saved that for the last and that was the end of it, and then they moved on and talked about all that other stuff during the Nintendo Treehouse. Would have been fine. Also, my issue with and the reason that I didn't watch the Nintendo Treehouse stuff is they were streaming to both the US and Japan at the same time, and they had the guy talking and translating at the same time, and I'm just like, that's really cool that they're doing that, and that's very thoughtful, but he keeps cutting people off because people are like, he goes and he finishes something, and then they go to say something, and he keeps going, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
But yeah,
all in all, though, I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I'm
I enjoyed
happy
it
with what I saw.
I'm happy with what I saw. Again, like, they had some missteps with it, so from what I saw, like, I would say, well, let's place the conferences, or at least the ones that we saw. Did you watch any of the other ones?
I watched Microsoft, and I watched Bethesda, and some other ones. Yeah. I heard about Sony's.
Yeah, I heard about Sony's too. But yeah. So if I were to rate it, I would say for me it would go Xbox, Nintendo, and EA.
The non-fanboy in me would say that. Fanboy says Nintendo still wins, but Xbox's was really good.
Yeah, Xbox's was really, really good.
Yeah, it's like they just had a great overall presentation. Like nothing was like too awkward in it or anything, you know, like, because that's one of the big things that'll happen is just like there will be awkward pauses or, you know, like just weird stuff going on sometimes, and everything just went smooth, like a Broadway production almost for Microsoft. So
and to be fair, the only reason, like, for me that EA scored higher than Bethesda is like those are the only 3 conferences that I watched. So I haven't gone back and watched the other ones. But again, like, the way that Xbox came out and like, here's all this stuff. You're here to see new games, you know, get trailers for new games, get more information on games. Like, here you go. And then Nintendo was like, hey, we got some new stuff. Here's some new stuff for you. Also, here's half an hour of Smash.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we're running a little bit long, so we're just going to start wrapping things up.
Yeah, man. I'm good with that. I think we're going to go see a movie.
There you go.
Incredibles 2.
Nice. You'll have to tell me how it is. I'm excited for it, but I don't know if the rest of my family is. I'm also really excited for Jurassic Park, which I need to watch. I have a week to watch all of those movies again.
There you go.
But wrapping things up, Draco, where can people find you?
You can find me at Draco Augustus on Twitter, and my Mulehorn Gaming email account is draco@mulehorngaming.com if you want to email me.
And as always, you can find me everywhere as ScrapGear. Hit me up on Twitter if you've been playing Paladins and you want to group up. Like, I've been playing a ton of that, so by all means, hit me up on Twitter, and I'll send you my friend code there. Let's see. Oh, also, be sure to follow Nindies and Indies on Twitter at Nindies and Indies. That's Nindies twice because and was too long. And be sure to check out our home site, mulehorngaming.com, for all your gaming needs. There's a ton of articles that went up this past week with E3 going on, and bunches of other stuff. And if you like listening to video game podcasts, be sure to check out the Analog Assault podcast, the official video game podcast of mulehorngaming.com. But that is going to do it for episode 17 of Nindies and Indies. Until next time, GG.
GG.